Hey friends, Leighton Hart from Market Street Media here. I had a quick story for you. So I wanted to get into podcasting probably 5 or 6 years ago, and my brother caught wind of that, and he was nice enough to get me this microphone. That's a Blue Yeti microphone, really nice mic. And I guess to return the favor, I got overwhelmed and did nothing with that mic, so it's been in a box for 5 or 6 years. About 3 years ago, I got excited about podcasting again and started reading up on what I would need since I had this nice mic and how I would do interviews with multiple people if I wanted to have multiple guests on the show. And everybody said, you need a mixer. Now, I don't know. I didn't at that time know what any of that stuff did, but I knew I had to have it if I wanted to do an interview show. So I got a mixer. So now I've got a mixer and I've got a nice mic and I'm ready to podcast, right? So that was started up 5 years ago, and then I got excited again 3 years ago, and let me tell you when I started my first podcast. Not 5 years ago, not 3 years ago, 2 weeks ago. See, every time I got excited about having a podcast, I'd get tripped up by the technology, like where do I post this thing, and how do I distribute it, and how do I get it where everybody can see it, or like the equipment, like what kind of mic, what kind of cables do I use, how does a mixer work, all that stuff. And it would stop me dead in my tracks. And so my podcast, all these things I wanted to put out into the world just stopped. And I didn't have anything to show for it. That, it seems to me, is the biggest stumbling block for a lot of people. So if there was a space, hypothetically, where you could walk in, record your show, and then just get up and walk away, and somebody else would clean up the audio and get it sounding nice and then put it out where everybody can hear it, and then maybe even write some show notes and things like that so that people can interact with what you're putting out, that would be a dream scenario, right? Well, dream no more, because that scenario is 1,000% real, and it's right here in downtown Johnson City. So Market Street Media is a studio space where you can come. We have a 4-person setup if you want to have multiple people on your show, on your podcast. We also have a smaller 2-person studio back here, and we've got a couple different models. So you can just pay and rent the space if you just want to use the equipment and you know how to handle your audio and how to distribute and promote and all that stuff. Just come in, rent the space, and you can take it from there. We also have a model where you can come in and record, and we'll do all that stuff for you. So we'll take your audio, clean it up, put it where it needs to be, make sure people can see it on social media and all that. So this is what I'm showing you here is our smaller 2-person setup. And beautiful spot down here overlooking downtown Johnson City. We just want to make it really, really easy for people to start podcasts, because I know, I've talked to you, and I know that there are people who are just like me, who have something to say, have a message to put out there, whether it's a creative message, a business message, some kind of message to make a human connection. They have a message to put out there, but they get tripped up by all the stuff in between. And we want to take all the stuff in between out of your way. So that's the story behind Market Street Media, and I just wanted you to know that. If there's something inside you, if there's a message in there that you feel like needs to be out in the world, we can get it out in the world for you. Hit us up.